South America. Now today we are going to concentrate on the physical divisions of South America. In the last class we had a look at the political divisions of South America. So more or less you know where South America is actually located, and you also had a look at some of the countries, famous countries which were there in South America. Now today we will have a look at the 4 physical divisions into which South America can be divided. Now South America can be divided into 4 physical divisions, okay? Western coastal strip, Western mountains, Central plains and the Eastern Highlands. Now when you have a look at the map of South America, so you will know that this is the Western coastal strip, okay? That is the area between the Pacific Ocean and the Andes mountain. This is your Western coastal strip. Then you have your Western mountains consisting of the Andes, which runs right from the north of South America to the south of South America. And then you have your Central plains. Central plains are also divided into 3 basins, okay? So Orinoco, Amazon and the Plate Basin, which we will be doing. And then you have the Eastern Highlands. So in Eastern Highlands also you have the Brazilian Highlands and the Guiana Highlands, okay? So this is more or less the different physical features or the physical divisions of South America, okay? So this way our study about the different physical features which are found in South America will be easy for us, okay? Now first one is your Western coastal strip. So your Western coastal strip lies in between your Andes mountain and your Pacific Ocean. So it is wider in the north, and as it comes towards the south, it becomes narrower, okay? So the Western coastal strip is a narrow strip of lowland along the Pacific coast in the western part of South America. So the western mountains called the Andes mountain, it stretches for about 7,200 kilometers from Venezuela in the north to Tierra del Fuego in the south. That means this area we are talking about, this particular region, okay? That is the Western coastal strip. Now, in the Western coastal strip, so there is a famous desert, okay, by the name of Atacama Desert. So it most probably it is centered around the country of Chile, okay, and it is supposed to be one of the driest deserts in the world. So this is the picture of the Atacama Desert. So see, very dry desert, one of the driest deserts in the whole world. Now we move on to the Western mountains. So Western mountains consist of the Andes, which runs right from the north to the south, okay? Now the Andes, this is your Andes, okay? So the Andes run the entire length of South America from the humid tropics of the Caribbean to the ice fields of the Patagonia, the longest north-south mountain range in the world. So it runs right from north to the south. Now, the world's largest continental mountain range. So it lies along the western coast of South America. So it ranges over 4,300 meters long and 120 to 430 meters wide, and has an average height of 13,000 feet, the height of your Andes. So it is the highest mountain range outside of Asia. So outside Asia, this is the highest mountain range which is found in South America. So there is also one of the highest peak, okay, by the name of Mount Aconcagua, found on the Andes itself, and it extends over 7 countries because it runs right from north to the south: Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru and Venezuela. So these are the countries over which your Andes mountains passes, okay? Now, in the Andes, you have a large amount of active volcanoes. Okay, so it is also known as the Pacific Ring of Fire. So these areas are very prone to earthquake. So there are the mountains along the Ring of Fire or zone of volcanic activity, because a large amount of volcanoes are also present on the Andes. So Andes contain many active volcanoes, all distributed into 4 sections separated by areas of inactivity. Okay, so a large amount of volcanic eruption can be witnessed in the Andes mountain range. Now this is Mount Cotopaxi. So Mount Cotopaxi is the highest active volcano in the world. So it is there in the Andes. Okay. So the Andes are widest in Bolivia and Peru. That means maximum amount of space is occupied by the Andes in the countries of Bolivia and Peru, which are plateau basins. And then next you have your Lake Titicaca. Okay, so Lake Titicaca is the highest lake found in the Andes. So your location of Lake Titicaca is here, and your Lake Titicaca looks like this. And this is also very prone to earthquake. Okay. Now we move on to the Central Plains. So Central Plains lie between the Western Mountains and the Eastern Highlands. So in the first slide you have already seen where actually your Central Plains are located. Okay. So in the Central Plains there are 3 important river basins. So first one is your Orinoco Basin, then you have the Amazon Basin, and then you have your River Plate Basin. So all of these rivers, they empty into the Atlantic Ocean. Okay. Yeah. So the Orinoco Basin is the part of South America drained by the Orinoco River and its tributaries. The Orinoco watershed covers an area of about 99,000 kilometers square, making it the 3rd largest in South America, covering most of Venezuela and eastern part of Colombia, right in the northern part of the continental South America. Yeah. So Orinoco River Basin in South America, flowing in a giant arc from Colombia and Venezuela all the way to the Atlantic Ocean. The Orinoco is one of the longest rivers in South America. Its basin and its flooded forests home to rich plant and animals. Now, since the river is a very large river, okay, so it is going to help in the survival of a large amount of vegetation as well as animal life. Now this is your Orinoco Basin, okay, right in the north. And this is your photo of your Orinoco River. Okay. And besides that, here there is an extensive system of grasslands, seasonally flooded plains and forests shared by Venezuela and Colombia. So it is located in the north and west of the Rio Orinoco and borders the Amazonian wilderness along its entire southern edge. Okay, that means since the river carries a large amount of water, it favors the growth of a large amount of grasslands, okay, which are known as llanos in South America. So this is your llanos. Now we move on to the Amazon Basin. Okay, so you know River Amazon is there in South America. So the Amazon drains an area equivalent to more than 2/3 of the continental United States. It pours, so it also drains into the Atlantic Ocean. About 1/5 of the fresh water that flows into the world's ocean, a volume so gigantic that it alters the ocean salt levels. So this is your Amazon Basin. So River Amazon and its tributaries. So it is the 2nd longest river in the world. The Amazon is 3,900 miles, flowing across North Brazil before entering the Atlantic Ocean. So near Belém. it carries more water than any other river in the world. Okay, so the source is the Andes mountain. So here, this is your river Amazon. Now since it also carries a large volume of water, so you can see thick vegetation on each of its sides, isn't it? So here you have a grassland which is known as selvas. Okay, a tract of land covered by dense equatorial forests, especially in the Amazon basin. So the selvas are found in the Amazon basin because it carries a large volume of water. So the volume of water helps in the growth of a large number of grasslands, which is known as selvas. Now you have the river plate basin. So here, river plate basin, it is mainly towards the south, okay, southeastern part of South America. So Rio de la Plata basin, showing the Rio de Plata at the mouths of the Paraná, Uruguay rivers and near Buenos Aires. So this part, okay, so this part is your river plate basin, and it is in the central plains, or it comes under the central plains. So the river is about 290 kilometers long and it widens from about 2 kilometers at its source to about 220 kilometers at its mouth. It forms part of the border between Argentina and Uruguay with major ports and capital cities of Buenos Aires, etc. Okay, the coast of the river are the most densely populated areas of Uruguay and Argentina. So besides that, there are important rivers. Okay, so you have the Paraná, Paraguay, and your Uruguay rivers. So these three important rivers are there in the central plains, and which is also known as the river plate basin. Now in the central plains, okay, above your river plate basin, you have an area which is known as Grand Chaco or Dry Chaco. Is a sparsely populated, hot and semi-arid lowland natural region of the Rio de Plata basin, divided among eastern Bolivia, western Paraguay, northern Argentina, and a portion of the Brazilian states of Mato Grosso and Mato Grosso do Sul, where it is connected with the Panhandle region. Okay, that means there is a region just above your river plate basin, where it is a sparsely populated, hot and semi-arid lowland. Okay, it is a semi-arid, that is not very fertile. Okay, so flat region covered by grasslands and low forests. So it is something of a borderland politically and geographically between the mountains to the west and hills to the east. So as a geographical region, its most important borders are its physical landmarks. And then we have another grassland which is known as Pampas, which is towards the south. So meaning plain, fertile South American lowlands that cover more than 1,200,000 square kilometers. Okay, so this is how your Pampas looks like, a natural region. Yeah, it is found in this particular region. So it comes in the plain region, okay, central plain region. This is your Pampas. And moving further towards the south, okay, so you have your Patagonian Plateau. Okay, so this is how your Patagonian Plateau looks like towards the south of the central plains. Now finally we move on to the Eastern Highlands. Okay, so Eastern Highlands consist of Guiana Highlands in the north and the Brazilian Highlands in the south. So it is not as high as the Andes ranges. Okay, not as high as the Andes ranges, and they are made up of very old crystalline rocks. The highest waterfall in the world, the Angel Falls, is in the Guiana Highlands. Okay, so Guyana Highlands is on the eastern part of your continent of South America. Okay, so it is also divided into two. So you have the Guyana Highlands in the north and the Brazilian Highlands in the south. Okay, and these are mainly made up of old crystalline rocks. And one of the highest waterfall in the world, the Angel Waterfall, is also found in the Guyana Highlands. So this is how your Angel Falls looks like. Okay, now, consists of igneous and metamorphic rocks. Highlands are split into three regions, but we've just come to know that they are split into two regions: Brazilian Highlands and Guyana Highlands. Okay, so this part. So this is a Brazilian Highland, and this is your Guyana Highland. So one of the highest waterfalls is found in the Guyana Highlands. So this is your Angel Falls. So this is how your Angel Falls looks like. Okay. So with this we come to the end of the explanation of the physical features of South America. So we came to know that South America can be divided into four physical features, namely the western coastal strip, the western mountains, the central plains, and the eastern highlands. So what I would like you all to do is go through the textbook once again, read through whatever we've learned right now. Okay, and then in the days to come we shall continue with the explanation of the climatic regions or natural vegetations or whatever features are found in South America. Okay, so you will be sent the homework through the WhatsApp group. So till then, stay home, stay safe, have a nice day.